Welcome once again to Smoke and Mirrors. Today, proudly brought to you by that weird feeling in the pit of your stomach, and also brought to you by the little bit of toast that falls into that space right in between your counter and the toaster itself, and you can't get it out unless like you had a little ruler to get it out. Today's Smoke and Mirrors is brought to you by those things. Doopa 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 doo doopa doo doopa doo doo doopa 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 doo doopa doo doopa doo doo doopa 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 da boom be doopa doo boom boom bragadada be doo 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 ba boo doopa doopa doo do ba do ba do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host, the indelible Carlos Karim Wyndham. I am such a goof. I am. Hey. I'm here. It is right now 4:19, which is a wonderful time of day, and it is about to be 4:20. And if you're here with me, that means you ran out of good things to do, ran out of shit to do, or are trying to sleep your way through the pandemic, all of which are perfectly reasonable. This is Smoke and Mirrors, and the time, of course, is now 4:20, and this is a cannabis show. Oh boy! Welcome. Show feels bald. Bald? Wow. Bald? Bold? I do words. And to the point. Show feels bold for whatever this situation is, but I do appreciate your being here for this situation. Our situation is that we are all together, locked down. It's a thing that is rough. If you have been waiting, as has my friend D Dubs, I'm going to say this. You might be alone. I have not been. This was one of those days. How y'all doing? Y'all doing okay? This was one of those days. I woke up. I had the wrong song in my head. I woke up with the wrong song in my head, and it floored me. So I had to move to the right song. So I moved to Boasty, and that has been a very, very good theme song for forward movement. As they say, move a muscle, change a mood. And so I moved a couple of muscles to try to change a couple of moods. And you know, we got to change. We have to evolve. Welcome to Smoke and Mirrors. We're going to evolve to the best of our capacity. I have a hot bevy. I hope you have a warm bevy. Even if you are in a warm place, tea. What we know from our Muslim brothers and sisters is that you in hot weather, you don't drink cold beverages. You drink a warm tea. It helps you to sweat, to shvet a little bit, which is good for you and is your own internal cooling system. So I hope you got a little something going. For yourself. A few things I want to talk about today, I'm sure. Let's get into it though, and let's have one more hit first. I think I just burned my throat with that coffee. I'm not going to lie to you. I drink an exorbitant amount of coffee. My mother, who was addicted to coffee, said often of photos that she would see me in that there I was with my ubiquitous cup of coffee. She's not wrong. Also, I could not say ubiquitous properly until about 8 to 10 years ago, and I had to remember it as saying ubiquitous. Otherwise, I couldn't even make the sounds right. Ubiquitous. So now's the time of evolution, yeah? Now's the time when we have to grow, we have to evolve, we have to change, we have to adapt. And it's not always fun. It's not always fun. It is difficult to grow. It is difficult to take in new information and to make new choices based on that new information, right? But we do. And I have, and I do. I alluded the other day to the fact that I grew up listening to the music of and was on the side of Michael Jackson for a very long time, for far too long. For if you are still on Michael's side, that's also too long, but for almost that long, when he was declared not guilty and was dancing and hoppity hopping on top of the limousine, and the doves got released, I cried. I cried. I will admit that. Not because thought he probably didn't smell like little boys' assholes. It wasn't because of that. I think he probably did. Um, and after I read, saw Neverland, I am positive he did. But because I thought and was sure he would die in prison, and that didn't seem right. That didn't seem right. I'm not for prison. I'm not for prison for black people. In spite of what people say in their snark and their bullshit, as I alluded to the other day, Michael is the one who bought all of Little Richard's songs and just handed them over to him, such that Little Richard died with a net wealth rather than in deficit for his family. Michael was petty. He was a petty man. Um, but he did the bad things, you know. And when I say I love Michael, I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I loved Michael Jackson. Okay, do you remember picture discs, motherfuckers? Do you remember this shit? Huh? Picture discs. Look at this is an original pressing picture disc of Thriller. This is one of two copies of Thriller I have. The other one was also an original pressing. If there is a recording on which this person's voice appeared up through Blood on the Dance Floor, I'm going to stipulate up through Blood on the Dance Floor, I got it. I got it. I got it on wax. I have the CD. I might have a tape or two. I don't know. I'm a mess. I'm a fucking mess. It's not. When I say I was groomed by Michael, listen, my walls, okay, I followed the lead of my cousin. I'm not going to say that I didn't. I did. My walls, though, it looked like a Life magazine tribute, a People magazine tribute just exploded across my bedroom. And it wouldn't just be like I'd cut out a picture from a magazine or put up a post or whatever. I'd cut around the edges of the magazine, the whole fucking shit. Here's the thing. As I said before, we know the naughties. We know the naughties. We know the naughties that happened. And especially after watching Neverland, I have to admit, I can't listen to Michael Jackson's voice anymore. And it doesn't mean that there was not good music that he recorded in his life, or that there weren't great songwriters he worked with. There were. And he sang great songs, including great songs by Stevie Wonder. One of the great songs he sang was Human Nature. My very good friend Aaron Wallace, the leader and founder of the band I'm in, Wallace, does a brilliant cover that's on her page that you should look at right now. Not right now, but right now, some point. But so I have this, but it's a relic. I put it away. Do you see what I'm saying? I put it away because I had to evolve, and I couldn't evolve if I kept listening to that. And I even had tried to tell myself that it would be okay if I listened to everything up to and maybe even including Thriller, because we know the fucked up behavior really started when he got that global power with the kind of fame that he had. And so probably it wasn't really happening to the degree of the boy dungeons with the giraffes and the puppets. But I couldn't. I couldn't because when I listen to Off the Wall, all I hear are cocaine parties at Studio 54 with Sidney Poitier and Tatum O'Neal. And then if I try to listen to music earlier of Michael Jackson's than that with his brothers, all I hear is Joe Jackson's belt snapping in the background and children crying. So I had to let that go. I also, too, had to, man, as a comedian, this one hurts. This one stings. I had to let go. I don't understand the people who still insist that Bill Cosby somehow was innocent, or that he was set up, or he was buying NBC or whatever the fuck. Which, first of all, how would that make sense? Who watches television? If you're watching this, you're not looking at television. Why are you dumb? There's no. But he was bad. He was grooming all of us as well. Remember this? Picture pages. He was grooming everybody too. Bad news. He and both of them told you right out loud what they were doing. Right? They told you right out loud what they were doing and what they were gonna do. And this one was out here telling you, "Hey, I want to be a child. I'm forever a child." And he built a whole amusement park and a zoo to seduce children. And this one got on TV and told us to our face holes that he was our favorite dad, who was a gynecologist, OBGYN, as I recall, who had, along with going to the hospital to deliver the babies, had a practice, though, in as I understood it, his basement, where he would bring women. In his basement, Cliff Huxtable did that. So what I'm saying is, from a place of vulnerability and from a place of sharing, that I get it. I get it. To those who think I don't get it, I do get it. I get it. Because it's hard to grow up. It's hard to let things go, and it's hard to evolve. And because it means you have to be responsible for things that are unpleasant and hard and difficult. Like the way that the president finally has stepped up. Do you know what I mean? Finally has come to terms and has so respectfully begun to have the White House roll out the names of the dead every morning, and has lowered all of the flags at the White House to half-mast in honor of the fallen frontline warriors and those who've fallen to the disease around the globe. Would be what it would be like if we had a real president. Not that I'm in favor of having one, but if we did, it'd be like that. But what the one that we have did instead, what he did is this. He unveiled the official Space Force flag. He got out there and he doesn't look 6 feet away to me. He looks a couple of inches away, kind of like he might be breathing from his mouth on that poor man who is also not wearing a mask, holding that flag. It's a little hard to see here. Have a little better look here. Look at how proud Papa is. Papa proud. Papa proud. Look how proud Papa. Oh, I love him. Oh my gosh. And here's the thing I love about it. This is the appropriate response to the fact that there are now 88,031 deaths in the United States, right? To have a pretend space force that's not a space force, because there's no space force, because what does that even mean, right? Like, how do we have it? What's a space force? Because the Air Force and NASA had that. We had that covered. And so there's not really actual, like, there's no, you can't register, you can't, like, you could go enlist for the Army, or you could go enlist for the Navy, and you should not for any of this. This is all bad. But he's saying there's a fifth one, and they put a flag up today for it, for the fifth one. And as I was thinking about that, as I was watching, I saw this happen, right? This just happened a couple of hours ago, because earlier, what he was doing was disavowing the scientist who would have had for us a vaccination prepared by now, because there was an actual task force and there was a game plan for the COVID. It was a game plan, and the reason that we know that it was a game plan is because on the front cover of it, do you know what it said? It said, "Game plan for a pandemic." Game plan. So we had one. So we know kind of what it might have sounded like had we ever gotten to this place in the pandemic. And as I was thinking about all of this, I was thinking about, well, okay, Trump's a futureman. I'm a future person, future they. And so, he's got a vision. He's got a vision for the future. And it's an original vision. And it's a good vision. It's a good vision. And it's all his, that he made up all by himself. This beautiful, look at this insignia. Look at it. Look at how beautiful. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, oh no. Wait a minute. Wait a filthy. Hold on. Wait, bring that other one back for a. Oh, this is. Oh, that's not. Oh, you're not allowed to. But Papa proud. But Papa proud. Why Papa is proud? Why Papa is proud? Papa not do it. Papa not do it. What? Okay. Because, right? Like, I don't even. Okay, all right. Let's just say we were, but you can't, right? You can't because that's like from movies. It's from movie. It's from the televisions and the TV. Oh no, like where he gets his policy ideas. Oh God. Oh God, he really did steal that from Star Trek. Okay. Cool. Um, I don't know. I got nothing. Okay, this is this has been Smoke and Mirrors recorded. Oh God, in front of you people. So it's that's fun. That's fun. This has been fun. This has been a really good time. Um, we should do this more often. I'm enjoying myself. Hey, couple of quick things. Next Friday, May 22nd, I'm going to be doing a little bit of stand up at this show called Disowned. Disowned, Portland's own Disowned. This is one of the best shows you've ever seen. If you've not seen it, is back at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can RSVP right now at Disowned. This is the Home Sweet Home show. This is thrown by my very good friend Jenna Vesper, and this is being put on by the good folks at Kickstand Comedy. Also, if you want to make more communion and you want to hear me say things that are just so fun, I am going to be hosting an event for the MRG Foundation. This is the Justice Within Reach Ungala. It's going to be happening on May 28th at 6 p.m. It will feature the musical stylings of 2019 Lila Jewel Award winner Marilyn Keller, and is going to feature the poetry of K. Ulandi Barrett. It's going to be fucking sick. You should be there. And hey, thanks to the people who shared this, we say that's passing the J. The people who passed it this time are Tracy, Dahlia, and Karen. Thank you so much for passing the J. Would also like to give a very special shout out to the people who decided that they wanted to contribute to this program. Listen, I want to tell you again, don't. I will never, ever Bogart. I will never Bogart. I'm here for you. I'm here to share. But the person who did decide that they wanted to put 5 on it, who was that much of a special little jewel, that's John B. Shout out to John B. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And hey, if you want to be as cool as John B., there it is right there. You can see it right on your screen. If you cannot see, I'll say it out loud. It's Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham, Cash App at $CK Wyndham, or PayPal me at CK Wyndham. This has been Smoke and Beers. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time. I sincerely do appreciate it. It matters to me. I hope to see you here again. So please go home. Stay home. Wash your hands. I love you. And that sound means it's time to change the page. Bye.